Welcome to Waking Up with Don. I have some very special guests here today. There's always something exciting going on the Gulf Coast. And we got some people from Galaxy Fire Promotions here today. We've got Nat Campbell and Moses Draws from Galaxy Fire Promotions. Now, you guys just aren't promoters. You're both fighters, right?
Yeah, both fighters.
Yeah, now you've got a big bout coming up, don't you, tomorrow?
Yes, Gilbert Venegas. I'm fighting Gilberto Gordo Venegas for the NBA Americas title. It's a big thing right now.
Yeah, and that's going to be out here in Sandestin, right?
Yeah, it's Sandestin. It's the first fight I've had in the States in 6 fights now. I've been all over the world fighting.
Now, you're a native Floridian, aren't you?
Born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida.
All right, so you're a hometown guy, and you're back again to kick it up a notch here. Yeah. Now, you're doing a lot of good things with this fight. You know, it's not just about a bout, and it's not just about a title.
No, it's not.
I mean, you're doing some charitable stuff, isn't that right, Moses?
Yeah. Nick Campbell's doing something for. We want to get involved in the Boys and Girls Club here locally. There's one opening up in Sandestin, and they want to partner with us. And we're just tentatively right now just talking about some up and coming good things.
That's awesome stuff, and also juvenile diabetes. You're doing something with that.
Juvenile diabetes. My mother-in-law to be suffers from juvenile diabetes, and my brother-in-law also to be suffers from juvenile diabetes. And some years back, my Mrs. Rosalind Thompson gave her mother a kidney just to, wow. That's a greatest act of love and, selflessness that I've ever heard of. From the time I heard it to this very moment, I just can't fathom what it's like to really give that much of yourself to someone. So if I can help in any way, if I shed a little blood for it,
so this bout isn't just a commercial enterprise. It's a charitable undertaking for juvenile diabetes and for the Boys and Girls Clubs.
It is.
Well, the name in itself, the March of Destiny, has a lot to do.
March of Destiny, 8 professional boxing bouts.
Yeah, it's going to be a good fight. I mean, we have a lot of young guys such as Curtis Harper, who's fighting the co-main event, and Derek Brent, who's fighting on the undercard.
Chop Corley's son.
Chop Corley's son, yeah. Then we have young man Daniel Mizell from up in Dothan, Alabama. We have guys from as far away as Jacksonville, guys in Pensacola. It's going to be a very, great deal being able to see these young men come into their area and fight. And
are these guys beginners or are they
seasoned
fighters?
Some of these guys are making their debut. We all make debuts. I made my debut in Tallahassee, Florida.
Yeah, well,
back in 2000 at the Moon, and I went on to become undisputed lightweight champion of the world. So small beginnings should not be dogged.
Can't be despised.
I know you're a lightweight, right? You were a lightweight.
I was a lightweight. I'm fighting at welterweight now. I was actually
147.
I started my career as a effective 126 pounder.
Wow.
I was a little bitty guy.
He was knocking down heavyweights at 126 in the gym. That's how I met him.
Wow, it's amazing stuff. And you're a heavyweight.
I'm a heavyweight.
You still fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah. My thing is, for us right now, it's just about really giving back to the community as well as, bringing a great event to the area.
And giving young guys a shot. If you're a new guy, you need a forum.
You got to have a forum. I mean, it's important that guys are able to fight in their home area, and that way they're able to, families there to support them, and they can build a fan base in their area. That's very important. That's more important than making a lot of money out of the gate. Because if you don't build a fan base, there's no way you're gonna build a name for yourself.
We got to run off to the local weather, but I want to talk more about that fan base and how young guys get involved in boxing and how that can help you help others in the long run. We'll be right back after your local weather, brought to you by the West Pittman Law Firm, westpittmanlawfirm.com. Welcome back to the show. I've got Nate Campbell and Moses Droz here from Galaxy Productions, or is it
Galaxy Fire?
Galaxy Fire. You're Galaxy Warrior, right?
Fire Moses.
And I'm the Fire Moses.
And you're Fire Moses. I got it. Galaxy Fire. Now it all makes sense to me. Man, you guys are doing a lot tonight, aren't you? And this thing went over several days, right?
It started Thursday night with the concert with Roy Jones, and tonight we're continuing it with the press conference at 5 o'clock. Well, press conference is at 3. The weigh-in is at 5. And at 7, we're going to have a celebrity basketball game where Moses, who's been talking a lot of trash.
Roy, I'm coming to get you.
Yeah, is going to play Roy Jones' basketball team in a celebrity basketball game down at the Destin Community Center, which is behind McGuire's, down on 98.
Yeah, a landmark I'm familiar with.
Yes, most people are.
Yes.
And
It's an Irish pub, by the way.
Yes, go figure.
For more information, you can go to www.marchofdestiny.com. Get your tickets.
So you call us a March of Destiny only because it goes over a couple days.
It goes over a couple of days. It runs from the 27th through the 29th. Man, we're gonna have fun. It's gonna be. The weekend is culminated by a great boxing match down at Sandestin, after party down at the Palms. It's gonna be jumping. I'm talking. This is a spring break event.
Yeah. Now you're a 3-time world champ.
Yes, sir.
What do I got to do to get to see you fight?
Come down. Just go to marchofdestiny.com. You can purchase your tickets off the website. But if it was me, I'd go ahead and come on in, try to be a part of the whole weekend. The whole weekend is from Thursday to Saturday. You can do the whole weekend, everything for less than $100.
Yeah, and you're going to help out these charities too, which is even an even better story.
We're going to be auctioning off a set of boxing gloves that everybody's going to sign. Roy Jones, Evander Holyfield, Reggie Johnson, 2-time world champion. We're going to have Al Cole, former champion of the world at cruiserweight. Chop Corley, former champion at 140. Myself. If you get this glove alone, you're going to have guys like Neville Shedd, who was on the 1966 East Texas team that beat Kentucky. They made a movie about him called Glory Road.
Wow.
And he's going to sign the gloves. And we're going to auction these gloves off. Tickets are going to be $5 a piece. Man, come in. This is a great piece of memorabilia to own.
And what's going to happen with the proceeds from that?
The proceeds from that, a big part of proceeds is going to JDRF, which is a part of my heart.
And that's Juvenile Diabetes.
Juvenile Diabetes Foundation. And man, it's a great weekend to come be a part.
Yeah, it's amazing stuff. Now, what's your role in all this, Moses?
My role is I'm promoting it, and I also want to. When everybody goes home, I live here. I live in Destin, Florida, and I teach boxing. I teach boxing for fitness at the Palms. My goal is to open up an after-school program, join it with the Boys and Girls Club, and help kids, help put as much help out there as I can.
Because we talked during the break about how boxing and just fitness in general is a vehicle for some kids. It's a road to success for them, and not just in the fighting game, but in every facet of life.
Well, in business, because boxing is not for everybody, but the workout is, and the business is. I was able to communicate with a lot of business people in the world because of boxing. I'm not a world champ. I never became a world champ. Not to say that I'm not, because I'm still fighting, but it enabled me for discipline in business to be able to help.
So it teaches you a certain degree of discipline, self-respect, let alone the fitness. You have to be mentally aware, awake. You got to be sharp and crisp. All qualities that you need for success in every.
I'm going to say this. I believe that if you give Moses and myself, every kid with ADD and ADHD, you give us those kids, we'll take them off the medication.
I believe that. I believe that.
Yeah.
Because the problem is, most athletes are ADD. ADHD. Most of us are. And the problem is we need to give these kids a chance to explore what they could do with that energy.
And to focus.
And to focus. And let me tell you something. It's not about anger. Boxing is not about anger. Because an angry man has never done anything profitable for the most part. The truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, you're already in a fight. What good does being mad do you?
That's right. That's why they call it the sweet
science.
That's
why it's the sweet science, baby. Hit and not get hit.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate what you're doing. And I look forward to going out and seeing you guys.
Come on out, man. We can't wait to see you. Hope to see you cheering for myself and for Moses in the future, and hope that we can one day probably bring something over to this area.
Well, good luck to you, champ.
March of Destiny.
March of Destiny. And don't miss it, and go to that website. And we'll be right back after your Max Biz tip from Zenobia.
Hello, Zenobia Andrews here, your business system strategist, and I wanted to personally invite you to my upcoming event entitled Max Out Business Lab Training Volume 3. It's entitled Make Money Work Less by Mastering Business Systems. That's right, business systems. You say systems? Yes. I'm here to share with you that business systems are hot. They are hot and juicy. So I am personally inviting you to meet me here April the 26th, 2014 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. right here in the Max Out Studios. I only have spaces or spots available for 25 5 people. So if you think that's you, I ask you to meet me here. The registration cost is only $69 up until February the 28th. $69. You can afford that, right? It's going to be an amazing time. I'm going to be sharing with you how to leverage business systems, how to become a business systems thinker. I'm going to also reveal to you, I'm going to be revealing to you my max out methodology on how to create business systems. We're going to be talking about sales automated systems, client attraction. Who could use more clients, right? Yes, business systems are hot. You want to make sure that you are here. All you have to do, if you want to register today, right now, is go to my website, www.zenoviaandrews.com. I am here to support you. And let's continue to press towards the max.
Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Heather Gaither from Metabolic Research Center, and you're going to give us some tips on healthy selections when we go out to eat. Americans eat out a lot. I know we do.
We eat out so much, and I think, people kind of, first off, we just eat out way too much. So at the end of the day, making a goal to eat out a little less often is great for the waistline.
And when you do eat out,
yes,
you usually eat all the wrong stuff because it's kind of a treat, when you go to eat out.
It is, and I love the idea of a treat, but it can't be a treat if you do it twice a day, every single day.
Right.
And so if eating out is actually just going to be part of your daily lifestyle, then you have to treat the food choices that you make as you would if you were at home. And so that's the difference. If you're a person who only eats out once every 2 weeks, enjoy it. Get something wonderful. But if you're a person who eats out lunch 3 out of 5 days a week and you and your family go out to eat or drive through somewhere 5 nights a week, that's no longer a special treat. That's just lunch and dinner.
Yeah, I know. How about that? And you've got to make those healthy choices too.
Right.
And a lot of times there's not a lot of healthy choices on the menu.
So that's the interesting part. There is always healthy choices on the menu. If you go in with the idea that, first off, you're going to request what you'd like to order. The menu, I say, is just a suggestion. You do not have to order exactly what's on the menu. You go in and you look through the menu for the things that you know you need today. So today coming in, I know that I need a good serving of vegetables. I have not had any great vegetables today. I know I need to get some veggies. And I had steak last night, so I'm going to have a white meat tonight. I'm going to probably have chicken. And so I look through the menu for the things that I know I need to order, and then I place my order that way.
So it sounds like you have to give a little more thought as to what's going into your body.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of us, when we go into a restaurant, what am I in the mood for?
Exactly.
What do I feel like having right now?
And if this is something that you're doing on a regular basis, if I go somewhere and I see grilled chicken smothered with bacon and cheese, that's lovely. But if I've had grilled chicken smothered in bacon and cheese 3 times this week, I am definitely going to gain weight. So I may say, I'll have that grilled chicken, no bacon, no cheese. Or maybe I say no bacon and keep the cheese, or no cheese, keep the bacon. But I can make that choice. And then it might come with a side of fries, and I say instead of the fries, I'd like to have the steamed veggies, or instead of the fries, I'd like to have a side salad, or instead of the fries, I'll have black beans. I can make those choices within the menu, and that's an option I have as the person coming in, giving them my money.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, what about a buffet? I mean, that is just temptation laid out in front of you because there's so many good things. I mean, there's a buffet that my son likes to go to a lot, and we'll take him there as a treat.
Yeah.
And there's like a million things to eat there.
So for me with the buffet, we go to the buffet occasionally. My son also loves to eat there. But I go in before I go. My first trick is before I go, I decide what I'm going to have. So I do not go through the buffet romancing the buffet. This is what we do. We romance the menu like it's a love novel, and we romance the buffet, and we go around and we go, yeah. And when we go in with that mentality, everything becomes amplified, magnified, and it looks so amazing. So before I ever get there, I say, I'm going to have the rotisserie chicken, and I'm going to have cabbage, and I'm going to have green beans. And when I get to the bread, I get one. And I'm either going to have cornbread or the roll, but I get one. And I decide. And I know as I go through that line, I'm only looking for 3 things: the chicken, the 2 veggies, and the cornbread. And I make those choices before I ever get started. I pick the things that go on one plate. I go sit down and I eat that food. And when I'm done, I'm done.
Wow. So you don't go there to romance it. It's more of running a gauntlet for a lot of people. But if you kind of make your mind up before you go.
Yes.
It makes your selections easy.
Yeah, it absolutely does. It makes
Yeah.
your selections very, very easy. And I just try to remind myself, this is from a girl who's 70 pounds overweight, so I can say this, I just remind myself that if I eat everything that's there, I'm going to look like everything that's there. I mean, I can't have 4 plates full of food and not look like a girl that had 4 plates full of food.
That's right.
And so if I go back to
walking
eating,
buffet.
Yes, I am a walking buffet.
Yeah.
And so if I don't want to look like that girl I used to look like, who used to eat 4 plates of food, then I have to look like if I want to look like a girl who eats 1 plate of food, then I got to eat 1 plate of food.
Isn't that something? And that's a good mindset to have. It really is. I guess it's a lot of willpower. It's just you got to push this reset button in your brain to say, to have that kind of willpower, to have that kind of discipline.
It's willpower, and it's really a desire to be healthy and be well. And if you're going to eat out, to make choices that keep you, looking good and feeling good. And nobody feels great after 4 plates of buffet food.
No,
and so if I want to be energetic and I want to be vibrant and I want to be active and I want to enjoy my 5-year-old, I can't do it after 4 plates of food. So it's not that I don't love 4 plates of food, but I don't love how I feel. I don't love what I do after 4 plates of food.
That's amazing stuff. We're out of time, but thank you so much for coming on the show.
Okay,
I mean, I gotta, I'm one of those buffet guys. I romance the buffet.
Don't romance the buffet.
I'll try not to. Thanks again, Heather.
You're welcome.
And we'll be right back after these messages. Welcome back to the show. It is Friday, so you know what that means? It means I have Jennifer Vigil here, who is the creator of Live 850, which is a really, really cool app to let you know what events and music is happening around. What inspired this whole thing?
Absolutely. A love of live music, actually. I love going out at night with my husband, but we'd get in the car and we'd be like, oh, do you know who's playing over here? Do you know who's playing over there? There was no one place that had all of the information at my fingertips. So it was either me having to carry the newspaper or trying to call around or look on everybody's Facebook page. So I developed the app so that I would have all of the local live music schedule and all of the events in the city. So on the spur of the moment, we could decide to pop in on a paint your art out or something.
Yeah, so instead of doing a big web search or thumbing through the newspaper or something, you could have it right on your smartphone.
Right there.
And boop, here's what's happening around town.
And absolutely cut short the question of, hey, what do you want to do tonight?
Yeah.
You got the list.
And Live 850, the name of it is inspired from the 850 area code.
Right.
Yep, and living it up.
We go all the way from Mexico Beach over to about Santa Rosa Beach with the events. So anything you could do on the spot, if you want to just make a day trip of it, it's going to be on there for you.
That's awesome stuff. What's going on this weekend?
This weekend, there's actually a lot going on. You have the big Boys and Girls Club Gala that's going to be this weekend. There's also at Harley Davidson, they have one of the preliminary Harley Davidson pageants that's going on.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to be a judge there.
Are you?
It's tough work, but someone's got to do it.
Nice. And well, this weekend they have Geneva, the Music by Geneva.
That's right.
That's right. So that's going to be an exciting event. On April 1st, they are having a originals only night at the Ghetto Palace. And if nobody's heard of the Ghetto Palace, great place for local live music, for them to get noticed, for them to get out there.
I've had Crook Stewart on the show talking about the Ghetto Palace.
Great.
Yeah.
That's
awesome place.
They're really involved with Music Matters on Wednesdays, which is now every Wednesday in downtown Panama City.
That's where musicians play and local establishments.
Some of them are inside, some of them are outside. A lot of the venues that have it are The Place, Trigo, Millie's Cafe, the new Colonial restaurant that's down there. So there's actually a lot of things to do in downtown Panama City on Wednesday nights now.
So, and I got to tell you, when just growing up in New York, you went out like Friday, Saturday, and Wednesday when you were
Exactly.
middle of the week if you wanted to get out, And Wednesday night was a big night out, and I see that coming back down here.
On Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays in the local area, they even have trivia bar night. And I don't think a lot of people know about it, but TGI Fridays, Applebee's both in town and on the beach, and the Purple Grape in St. Andrews, in historic St. Andrews, they have bar night trivia, which is super fun. You get together with like 3 or 4 of your friends, and you become a team, and they yell out questions, you write down your answers, and you turn in your sheets, and you can win, little gift cards or bar tabs or anything like that. Super fun.
Live 850. What's been the response to this?
It's actually been wonderful. There's over 1,000 downloads of the app right now. We're looking to have hosts so that we'll be offering the app for free starting in April.
Because I know I paid 99 cents for my app.
It's been 99 cents. Hosting costs a little bit of money, but we have some sponsorships coming on that are going to start helping out so everybody can download the app. It's available on Google Play and Apple iTunes, so you can get it through your regular provider on your phone. As soon as it goes free, still be at the same places. We'll still have all of the events. We list all kinds of charity events. There's a Contact Us button at the bottom of the app, so all you need to do is let us know, and we'll put your event on there. If it's open to the public, it's going to be on there.
So if you have an event, just go to this app and say, hey, put me on your app.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't really cost you anything,
It
does it?
doesn't cost anything to be put on the app as an event or as a live music venue.
Now, what's the deal with these wristbands? What's that all about?
We actually have some sponsors now that on the Live 850 VIP section of the app, it lists all of the sponsors that we have. And if you wear your wristband into one of the sponsor stores, they'll give you a discount or some kind of special purchase.
Jennifer Vigil, this is an idea whose time has come, and thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing it with us. And we look forward to having you back next Friday to let us know what's going on around town again.
Absolutely. We'll keep you posted.
You've been watching Waking Up with Don, and I'll see you next time.